She raised her glass, smiled like she hadn't been busy gutting me from the inside, and said, "I hope you treat her better than her exes did." The room erupted. Laughter, whistles. Even my husband smirked like it was harmless. But I heard the venom in it. I saw her eyes flick toward him, just a fraction too long. Everyone laughed, except me. We'd met when we were 16, two girls sharing secrets under bleachers, swearing loyalty we believed would outlast blood. She was my maid of honor, my chosen sister. When I told her he'd proposed, she screamed louder than I did. She helped me pick the dress. She rehearsed my vows with me. She told me, over and over, how happy she was for me. I wanted to believe her. But 3 weeks before the wedding, I saw his phone light up. Her name. Midnight. Can't sleep. Thinking about you. I read it twice, not breathing. He didn't notice. That was the first message. There were dozens more. I didn't confront him. Not then. Not ever. Instead, I studied. Every notification, every pause in conversation, every sudden smile he tried to hide. I saved screenshots. I learned her rhythm, how she texted him when she knew I was at fittings, how she liked to bait him with half-sentences, dangling them like a hook. They thought I was blind. I've never been blind. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. That's what they expected. Messy, predictable chaos. But revenge, real revenge, requires silence. I smiled through rehearsals. I let her adjust my veil. I listened to her practice her speech, all those sugary words she planned to feed the crowd. I kissed my fiancé goodnight, pretended not to notice when he checked his phone the moment I rolled over. I was calm, because I already knew how this story ended. The plan came in layers. First, I gathered proof, screenshots tucked neatly into a folder with dates, times, and names. Next, I considered my audience. His mother. Sweet, devout, old-fashioned. She worshipped her son but despised betrayal. To her, loyalty was holy. All I had to do was hand her the scripture. On the morning of the wedding, I slipped the envelope into her hands. No words, just a nod. Her face went white before the ceremony even began. Still, she sat in the front row. Still, she smiled for the photos. But her eyes cut into her son with the weight of a verdict. Then came the toast. She stood there, my best friend, glass in hand, voice dripping with fake charm. I hope you treat her better than her exes did. Laughter filled the air. She basked in it. She thought she had won. But I was patient. When she sat back down, his mother leaned over, placed the envelope in front of him. No words, just the same nod I had given her. He opened it, and the room around us kept spinning, unaware of the storm forming at our table. I watched his face shift, confusion, then panic, then guilt. He looked at me, but I was already looking past him, at her. She knew. The color drained from her cheeks. Her hand trembled as she set down her glass. The reception dragged forward like a play whose actors had forgotten their lines. Guests kept dancing, eating, laughing. But at our table, silence thickened. His mother excused herself in tears. He followed, desperate, stumbling after her like a child begging forgiveness. And she tried to reach for me. It's not... I stood. My chair scraped the floor. I didn't look at her. I didn't have to. The silence I left her in was louder than anything I could have said. By the end of the night, the groom was gone, his mother beside him. The best friend who toasted our love sat alone, makeup streaked, glass empty. The guests whispered, confused but entertained, unaware of the truth in front of them. The wedding ended not with a kiss, not with a dance, but with two broken hearts exposed under the weight of their own choices. Do I regret it? No. I regret the years I wasted believing in loyalty that never existed. I regret thinking sisterhood meant safety. But revenge? Revenge was the cleanest thing I've ever done. I gave them the stage, let them perform their parts, let them believe they held the power. And then, in one move, I let them destroy themselves in front of the very people whose approval they craved most. I didn't need to raise my voice. I didn't need to cry. I just needed to wait.